to another one of our Cardiff Guitar Festival live sessions. We've got the wonderful Icaris Duo with us today, who've just recorded an absolutely fantastic set, and we're super excited to share that with you later on. But we're just going to have a little bit of a chat now, find out more about them. So we've got Will and Vicky with us. I wondered if you could just tell us a little bit about your duo, how you met, the kind of music you play, and what you kind of do day to day.
So we met at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. We were both postgraduates there in Cardiff, and we started working together during a series of chamber group modules we had to do as part of the course. And it kind of went from there. And then when we graduated, we auditioned for various schemes. We're fortunate enough to do those. And it's kind of grown from there, really. It's about 6 years now we've been working together. And we played a couple of years ago at the Cardiff Guitar Festival.
You did, I remember it well.
Sunday lunchtime, and it was a fantastic experience. And I think from there, looking at like our repertoire that we do, we're always looking to play new stuff, perhaps more unusual repertoire, things that you may not have heard, some hidden gems in the repertoire we found. So that's what we aim to do.
Excellent. And what are the pieces you'll be playing? You talked about hidden gems. What are the pieces you'll play in the forthcoming set that we'll be releasing shortly?
It's a surprise, actually.
Oh, so we're not...
No. We've got one piece in particular that uses... We've been working on at the moment, which we might be putting in, which uses a range of different instruments for you.
Yes.
So piccolo, alto, flute,
Yeah.
and it swaps through those. It's like a series of short pieces, and it's really fascinating. It's a really good piece. There's another one by Eddie Maguire which we've been working on, and it's an absolutely stunning piece. So yeah, we're going to be, I think, presenting some fairly unusual stuff at the next concert. So yeah, it should be
fantastic.
Exciting. Yeah.
What is it that kind of draws you to that kind of repertoire, the hidden repertoire that isn't often performed?
I think for me, it's kind of showing what the flute can do. So there's kind of a very stereotypical view of especially flute and guitar, or flute and any other sort of accompanying instruments, that it's a certain type of mood that it's created. And these type of pieces, I think, show that the flute can have a lot more variety of characters, rather than just sort of being the pretty tune on the top.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think because the guitar normally, in traditional sense, has the chords accompaniment, then the flute has the tune. Whereas the pieces that we're looking at, it's like both instruments have a go, but it's exploring the sound world, because the flute and the guitar, I think, they have it's a really unique sound, and I think they blend quite well. And I think it's just fascinating just finding new pieces that composers that use that in different ways. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, amazing. And you talked briefly about some schemes that you were lucky enough to take part in. I wonder if you could talk more about that and more about your community involvement as a duo.
Yeah, so we do quite a lot of community performances. When we were in college still, we auditioned for Live Music Now, and then we were artists for them for 5 years. And then since leaving that scheme, we have set up our own community interest company with both of us and 3 other musicians that take weekly music sessions into the hospital within the Cardiff and Vale University Health Board. So Harmony Cymru is quite a new community sort of idea that we're developing at the moment.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's
only been a year and a bit, and it's like taken off really nicely. So
yeah,
it's very popular.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. Now, I wondered if you could tell us a little bit about your involvement in the festival, because you guys have both been kind of in it right from the start, more or less, and what your general impressions of it are.
So I was in the very first. I've been in every one since so far, I think, Chris, haven't I?
You have indeed.
I've been invited to everyone, and this is going to be the 4th one.
Yes.
The one that's coming up. I think I've been lucky enough to be involved in other, not just playing, but also being part of like the chamber coaching and things, and that's been amazing. It's been a new challenge for me doing things like that as well, coaching ensembles. I think the amazing thing that I've noticed with it, and what I've enjoyed most, is just seeing it grow each year. Every year it's got bigger and busier, and more concerts. I mean, it started with one concert,
Yeah.
then two, then I think this year the next year we've got quite a few performances. So
Yeah, it's quite a number.
it's just great to be part of it, because I think it's quite a new thing for Cardiff to have that, and to have that festival feeling, and just bringing together young players from all sort of levels and abilities, and just getting together, and I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, and obviously we're all hugely looking forward to your concert. Is there anything else that you guys are looking forward to in particular? Is it be it concerts, workshops, or masterclasses, or?
I think the amount of concerts that's coming up this time round, it's amazing. When you sent me the list of like some of the performances, it's amazing. So and varied as well. So many different styles, which is great.
I think as a non-guitarist, I really love the concerts too, because it gets me a chance to see all of the different repertoire that I might not have come across, and it kind of gives us ideas of where we might be able to go as a duo as well, that I can hear what the guitar can do, and lots of different people doing lots of different styles, and I find that really exciting.
It feels nice to be doing the chamber music with flute in the festival, because it's sort of offering a different angle. There's still guitar in it, but it's nice. It's a nice change, I think, for some of the audiences.
Yeah, and it's great. Sometimes we have siblings, one of whom's learning flute, one of whom's learning guitar, so then the whole family comes. Yeah. And I remember that from your concert 2 years ago. They really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it opens up another audience, doesn't it? It invites a different side. So yeah, it's I think that's what we're looking forward to, especially doing the concert. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And maybe opening the eyes of guitarists as well, that actually, I know that it can be very easy to get stuck in sort of solo repertoire at college.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
actually showing that there's some really pretty heavy, like great chamber music
stuff,
out there too, and it doesn't have to just be something that you do on your own.
Cool. And my last serious question, I was going to just direct this to Will because he's the guitarist, but actually I remember Vicky coached our chamber group a couple of years ago and was really massively insightful. So I'll ask you both if you could, for any young students who are watching, if you had one big kind of practice tip that you could give them that they could take away.
I think very important, structure in your practice. Take regular breaks as well. So do short bursts of quite intense practice, but always make sure you have breaks. 20-30 minute breaks in between, definitely.
Helps focus the mind.
Yeah, and rest as well. Rest in the fingers.
Yeah, and looking after yourself is just as important as looking after the music, because it wouldn't be anything if you weren't in a good place to be able to play. But also practically, I think just thinking about how you approach learning a new piece, that you don't always have to start from the same place every time, kind of decide which bits you might do at a certain day, and then you'll find that you'll kind of do things more constructively, especially if you only have a short amount of time. If you decide you're going to just concentrate on a short section, and then you'll feel like you've really achieved something in quite a short space of time.
Yeah. Cool. So to finish off, we ask everyone these quickfire questions, some of which are related to Wales, some are related to guitar and music, and some are just a little bit random. So I'll start with, I think Will, I said I'd start with. So Will, Cardiff or Swansea?
Swansea.
Vicky, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Will, north or south?
North.
Vicky, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Will, electric or acoustic?
Acoustic.
Vicky, jazz or classical?
Classical.
Will, antique or contemporary?
Contemporary.
Vicky, left or right?
Left.
Will, what strings are on your guitar?
Didario, the Pro Art, hard tension.
Vicky, who's your favourite composer?
Tchaikovsky.
Oh, very quick. Will, lizards or snakes?
Lizards.
Vicky, to be or not to be?
To be.
Will, what's your favourite country?
That's a difficult one.
It is.
I would say, oh gosh, Wales.
Good answer. Vicky, would you rather wake up tomorrow with no ears or no fingers?
Oh. No ears? Because I can still play.
Will, do you prefer walking or cycling?
Walking.
Vicky, what's the last thing you ate?
Oh, bread and cheese.
Your bread and cheese.
Your bread and cheese.
The brie and bread, yes.
Will, Marmite, love it or hate it?
Hate it.
And Vicky, Penavan or Snowdon?
Penavan.
Oh, that's 2 for Penavan so far. Excellent. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
And we really look forward to your concert in July.